Hi there, Blake Benson with the Pittsburgh Area Chamber of Commerce, hoping that 2021 is off to a great start for you, your family, and your business. The first week of January is typically when the Chamber coordinates a Legislative Sendoff luncheon. This is an opportunity for our area legislators to address the Pittsburgh area business community on what they think the big issues will be in the upcoming legislative session, which this year begins January 11th in Topeka. Now, because of COVID restrictions, we're unable to have that event in person as we normally do, but we still felt it was very valuable for our legislators to have this opportunity and also an opportunity for the Chamber to share our top 3 legislative priorities headed into the legislative session. So we appreciate Pittsburgh State University for their past support and sponsorship of our in-person luncheon series and for their continued sponsorship of this year's video format. Now, in just a moment, you'll hear directly from 3 of our Kansas House of Representatives members here in Southeast Kansas and also our Kansas State Senator. But first, I'd like to take just a moment and share with you the top 3 legislative priorities of the Pittsburgh Area Chamber of Commerce. Our first priority is the continued expansion of Highway 69. The Chamber supports long-term investment in transportation infrastructure to promote economic development and safety in the region. Specifically, the Chamber joins the Highway 69 Association in supporting the Ike Transportation Plan and its continued progress on the 4-lane expansion of Highway 69 for the safety, convenience, and economic development of our region. Our second legislative priority is the restoration of funding for Pittsburgh State University. The Chamber recognizes the critical importance of Pittsburgh State University in helping to drive community vitality and shared economic prosperity. Now, more than ever, investment in higher education is critically important to a successful business climate, workforce development, and economic vitality for the Pittsburgh area and the entire state of Kansas. The Chamber strongly supports the legislative priorities of the Kansas Board of Regents, including restoration of funding to the level approved by the legislature for fiscal year 2021. Our third legislative priority is the expansion of the Kansas Medicaid program. As the healthcare sector is a significant component of the Pittsburgh area economy, the Chamber takes great interest in furthering its continued growth. The Chamber supports strategies and solutions that would help control healthcare costs, improve outcomes, positively impact the healthcare delivery system, expand access, support wellness initiatives, and create a culture of health in workplaces throughout the Pittsburgh area. The Chamber supports a common sense compromise on the expansion of Medicaid to ensure the ongoing viability of healthcare providers who serve the uninsured and underinsured. So once again, thank you to Pittsburgh State University for their sponsorship of this Legislative Sendoff video format, and certainly thank you to our legislators who took the time to come in one by one and share their thoughts on the upcoming legislative session and for their willingness to serve the residents of Southeast Kansas.
Hi, I'm State Senator Richard Hilbrand of the 13th District, and just want to talk to you a little bit about what we're looking at in this upcoming session for 2021 in Topeka. Number 1 priority will be the budget. It's always a big issue, a big topic that we always have to address. With the COVID-19 and finances, that's going to be a little bit of a struggle this year. So look for us to be working on that, putting a lot of hours into that and getting that out. We're not sure how that's going to look yet. On a good note, the consensus revenue reports or receipts are looking positive, a lot more positive than they were about 6 months ago. So hopefully that will give us a good outlook for our future budgets. Another topic that's going to be big is restructuring the Kansas Emergency Management Act. That is, I'll refer to as KEMA. So that is what happened whenever COVID hit. That went into effect when the emergency declaration was declared, and we're still under that currently. So that will probably be one of the very first things that our Judiciary Committee does look at. Then the third thing that's going to be pretty big is the Value Them Both Amendment. This is the amendment that state of Kansas, it's a constitutional amendment that would allow the state legislature to legislate the right to an abortion or any abortion rules or regulations or laws for the state of Kansas. This year, I am fortunate enough, I am actually a chair of the Public Health and Welfare Committee. And on that, some of my priorities that I want to look at there is, one is the COVID-19 vaccination plan, how that's going to be rolled out. The second one is foster care. That's a big issue in Kansas right now. We have a lot of issues that hopefully we can start getting those ironed out. And then we also have, especially in southeast Kansas, all throughout the state of Kansas and rural Kansas, mental health is becoming a bigger and bigger issue that we need to address. So hopefully we can start addressing that. I'm also on the Fed and State Committee and financial institutions and insurance. We don't know for how long the session's going to last because of COVID-19. We're scheduled for 90 days, but that can always change, and we just have to look, wait and see what happens, but we're going to do the best that we can to get some good legislation passed. So thank you for your time.
Hey, thanks for having me here. A couple years ago, I was voted in the Kansas Sports Hall of Fame, which includes great Kansans like John Riggins and Barry Sanders and Lonnie Kruger, and a lot of greats. And what an honor that was. And I feel like this is the same kind of honor to be the district rep for District 3 here. And I really want to thank everybody that voted for me. And if you didn't vote for me, I want you to feel like I'm going to work hard for you and represent you as well. So all the people in Pittsburgh, Chicopee, and Annapolis, I want to thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. And I've been there 2 years before, and I'm looking forward to going back. I came to Pittsburgh 50 years ago from Atchison, Kansas, and why would anybody want to live anywhere but Pittsburgh and Crawford County and Kansas and the United States? I mean, we're the greatest area to live in. I just really love it and wouldn't want to live anywhere else. So thank you for giving me this opportunity. There were about 9,000 people that voted, and there's no way I'd be able to answer 9,000 emails or 9,000 phone calls, but believe me, I'll be aware of your questions and your concerns, and I'll listen and work hard for you and do everything I can to make this area a better area. My son Nick, before I left the house, he told me, he said, Dad, I always hear about people leaving California. And, there's taxes are too high and it's just not going very well. But I think California's fifth as far as people leaving their state. But Kansas is sixth. That really blew my mind that the people of Kansas is sixth on that list. And the reason they're leaving is jobs. So we do need not only jobs, but we need good jobs, and we need good paying jobs. And hopefully, Kansas can recognize that and improve that situation. My friend, Mrs. Hicks, I was talking to her during the campaign, and she said, what do you wish to accomplish while you're in Topeka as far as new laws? And I told her, I said, as a Republican, Mrs. Hicks, there's two things that Republicans do. Number one is small government, which really, you don't want to add a lot of new laws. You just want to live with the ones that you have, and low taxes. Now, low taxes is going to be a big concern because 6 months ago, it was predicted that Kansas was going to be $1.5 billion in the hole by not this July, but next July 1. And the revenues have been good, and now it's under $1 billion, but we still could be $1 billion in a hole by next July 1. So, you're not going to reduce taxes when you're $1 billion in the hole, but revenues are improving, and hopefully that number keeps coming down, and we can work on that. Committees that I'm on in Topeka are children and seniors. I really appreciate the center. I got 3 grandchildren that have gone through the center, and I think it's a great place. It's a great place to get ahead education-wise. as a young student myself, I probably wasn't a very good student. Because of that, I had to work extra hard to try to catch up. And I think the center gives a lot of people that opportunity to get ahead before they get into kindergarten. And then the committee is children and seniors, and I'm a senior as well, so I'm very concerned about the issues that the senior people have. So I think that's a real committee, and it's one that I asked to be on. Another committee I'm on is insurance and pensions. And one of the pensions I've always been really interested in is CAPERS. And in 2012, CAPERS was 50% solvent. Now it's 65% solvent as far as the teachers part. And that's a great improvement, but we need to get to 80%. Again, we're not going to see great increases, but again, if we can just keep going up and make that pension solvent, it'd be a great thing. So that's a committee I'm really glad I'm on. And then another one is energy, utilities, and telecommunications. And I think that's a great committee to be on. And you look at telecommunications in our area, I see a lot of, explosion everywhere. Just telecommunications is a big thing. So it's going to be interesting to see what we're doing and how we can improve it and what we can do with that. And the last one is elections. And, being on the election committee, we just want to make sure our elections are fair and everybody has a right to vote, but you have to be, as I went to the election this last time, there's no way you could vote illegally. They were pretty strict and they really did a nice job of doing it. So the constituents here in Pittsburgh are, I really believe it's almost a 50-50. It's 50% Republican, 50% Democrat. So everybody's not going to be happy with my vote. But again, I'm very aware that I represent both sides. And, being a 50-50 community, I think America's that way right now. So we're really kind of what America is. So again, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to represent you in District 3. I'm all for, USD 250, the St. Mary's schools, Frontenac, Girard, Southeast, Arma. I'm a school person and I'm just for, all kids and hopefully, Pittsburgh's a great place and hopefully we can make it greater. So thank you for the Pittsburgh people, to the Chicopee and Neapolis people for giving me this chance. Thank you very much.
With this pandemic, there's a lot of uncertainty, and there's going to be a lot of discussion and about emergency powers and what's going to come up with that, and as far as masks, like the countywide orders or the statewide orders, and I really do want to say that it is a pandemic. We need to wear our masks, need to social distance, and just taking all the political discussion out of it, those things that we should do as a personal choice. And I do that. I wear my mask when I'm in public, and I try to keep social distance, try to keep 6 feet apart. It's kind of hard to do sometimes because not everybody likes to follow that same rule. But I just urge everyone to do those types of things. And I know when the vaccine is available to persons in my group, I am planning on taking that. And some people are concerned about it, that it hasn't been tested enough, but it really, scientific methods have really advanced, and it's really good that a vaccine can come up for this kind of thing and can be put into use. It's just getting it out there to everyone and getting everyone to take the vaccination that wants to, giving them an opportunity. And I'm hoping for another good session coming up, something real productive, and I'm always open to people's comments, suggestions. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me at my website, kenforkansas.net, or feel free to call me 620-240-0778. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Representative Rich Prail. I represent the 7th District, which is most of Labette County and part of Montgomery County, and I'm just getting ready to start my 16th year in the legislature. This year, I will chair transportation. I will be a member of the Appropriations Committee. I will be a member of the Tax Committee and a member of the Health Care Stabilization Fund Committee. This year, in 2021, we'll be working on the 2022 budget. This will be a major undertaking because our revenues are down considerably. We will also be taking a look at the Department of Labor. They have been overwhelmed with unemployment claims. We need to update their computer system, and we need to give better service to our constituents in the state of Kansas. Last year, we passed the Eisenhower Legacy Transportation Program. It's also called, in short, the IKE program. It's a 10-year program that will put about $9.9 billion into our state highways. We will finish T-Works. We'll do modernization, expansion projects, and preservation. This includes 69 Highway, making it 4-lane in the Pittsburgh area. Committees this year will be paperless. Committee members will have the option of being in person in the meeting or doing it by Zoom in their office. Conferees will have the same option. They can be in person, or they can be in their office by Zoom. I will request that people wear their masks in committee, but I will not say you have to wear a mask in committee. The House Chamber will have no guests this year. We won't have any teams coming in to be recognized for their wins, and I'm sorry about that, but we're trying to keep everybody safe. We won't be having pages this year. Again, to keep people safe. They're going to close every other seat in the House, and whoever doesn't have a seat on the House floor will be sitting in one of the two galleries, either at the front or at the back of the House. In tax this year, we'll be looking at a program, the PPP loans that have been made at this point in time are taxable through the Internal Revenue Service for the state of Kansas. We're going to look at waiving that because that's a major stumbling block for our businesses and people that got the PPP loans. There will also be a bill concerning property tax and being more transparent. Again, appropriations, the 2022 budget will be extremely important. Transportation, we're going to limit non-essential bills. So this year we won't be naming any highways or bridges, and we won't be setting up some specialized license plates. Please contact me, either call me, text me, email me. I need your input on issues and what's going on and what's important to you. You can call me at 620-423-1133, or you can text to that number. You can also email me at richard.prail@house.ks.gov. I wish you a happy new year, and I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you so very much.